Brittle sea stars carpet the reef with color, extending feathery arms into the current to capture food.
They're so beautiful. I know ours and
A pair of rockfish dispute territories. Their argument may be uncomfortable, but no harm is done. A disagreement between sheephead is even less violent. It's called mouth fighting, and no one does it better than sarcastic fringeheads. Fringeheads settle their differences in a civilized manner. The fish with the biggest mouth wins. The Garibaldi has bright coloration to attract a mate. No camouflage for this flamboyant fish. They can live more than 20 years, hidden in the kelp.
these fish are so cool.
But a fish has to eat. And sometimes it's easier to find food out on the sand. Unfortunately, angel sharks hide in the sand. The shark was lucky. She may go weeks without a meal. She resets the trap and settles down for another long wait. For a sea lion, long peaceful days can be a bit boring. Almost anything can be an object for play, even a spiny lobster's molted shell. It can be difficult to tell when a sea lion is doing something for purpose or just fooling around. This guy searches for small, round pebbles, which he swallows. Perhaps the stones aid in digestion, or they provide ballast. Or maybe sea lions simply like eating rocks. Many of the ocean's secrets remain a mystery. In a tropical sea thousands of miles away, a gentle giant glides over a sandy plain. He has roamed these waters for more than 70 years.
It's called a sandy giant.
Slowly,
We talk about that at school.
Yeah.
We talk about that at school.
Mm-hmm.
We talk about that.
a dugong, accompanied by a school of golden jacks.
Yeah, we learn about that.
He eats only seagrass.
He's vegetarian.
As the dugong munches his delicious salad, he disturbs small shrimp hiding in the sand, promptly scooped up by the jacks.
He's big.
You know which one is bigger?
The remoras clinging to the dugong have a disgusting little secret. These remoras feed on dugong defecation. That is right. They eat dugong doo-doo. When the dugong has to go, a dozen large remoras compete aggressively for their meal. And the dugong finds this process, well, uncomfortable. And so, the dugong does his best to shake off these relentless pests. He tries rubbing on the seafloor. But that doesn't work. Next, the dugong aggressively roils the bottom. Most of the remoras get lost in the cloud of sand and silt. Remoras are most famously associated with sharks. But what advantage is there for the shark in this relationship? Remoras clean them of parasites. All along the reef, cleaners care for clients at locations called cleaning stations. Some fish and shrimp specialize as cleaners.
It's cleaning its mouth.
These partnerships feed the cleaners and improve the health of their clients. Both animals benefit. And while tempting, eating the cleaner is strictly against the rules. A giant manta ray approaches a shallow seamount. At this submerged pinnacle, clarion angelfish gather to groom winged giants. sun sets, plunging the sea into twilight. As darkness approaches, giant bumphead wrasse rise to the surface to spawn, releasing billions of tiny eggs. And giants gather. The tiny transparent eggs rise to the surface, where whale sharks gulp down millions.
A whale is huge.
The whale shark.
Mhm. They drink lots of water.
That's our grandma. Wow, that's the real life. Take a picture of that.
The surviving hatchlings join clouds of zooplankton rising from the depths of the world's oceans. These are the creatures of inner space. And the symbiotic relationships between species here are the strangest secrets of all. The night also heralds an annual invasion just beyond the kelp forest. Billions of opalescent squid rise from the abyss. Stimulated by moonlight, they gather to spawn.
They only have one eye.
Males grasp females with sucker-lined arms that flush red with excitement. After mating, females descend to the bottom to lay their eggs. millions of exhausted squid continue their last mating embrace. This is both the beginning and the end of life. All of those who have mated soon die. Dead and dying squid become a feast for ocean scavengers. But the squid have left their legacy. In 10 days, these translucent vessels will burst, flooding the sea with a new generation. Further offshore, a massive plankton bloom. Krill rise from the abyss by the billions. These shrimp-like creatures are one of the most important species in the sea. They attract the largest animal that has ever lived, a blue whale. Into the krill, the whale's throat expands to a size large enough for an elephant. But these spectacular giants subsist only on krill. How ironic that the largest animal ever to have lived on planet Earth depends entirely upon creatures so small. Should krill disappear, thousands of other animals would also vanish. The loss of each species directly endangers countless others. The health of the ocean depends upon its vast biodiversity. But overfishing is devastating biodiversity in the sea. During the last 50 years, 90% of the big fish have been taken. And as each species declines, dozens of others follow. With decreasing biodiversity, ocean ecosystems have begun to collapse. But marine protected areas and national parks give ocean citizens a chance. California's giant sea bass were hunted to near extinction. Now protected in the Channel Islands National Park, their numbers are rebounding. A fishing moratorium in Florida has allowed Goliath grouper to return from the brink. Now great numbers of these 500-pound behemoths once again gather to spawn. Endangered sea turtles, now protected by many countries around the world, are making a strong comeback. Marine life is extremely resilient.
See a diamond down there in the water.
give them a chance, ocean populations can recover. And ancient denizens will continue to enjoy long lives, roaming tranquil seas.